Alright, folks. Let's see. Make sure we're online. We are indeed. Alright, let me pull up my stream on my phone so I can at least see that it's working. Let's view the channel. Okay, good. Alright. Welcome back, folks. Jason134 here, back with another stream of the Last CareTaker. Sorry, it does take me a few seconds to actually make sure that, the stream is working and everything is stable. I did have to order a new gaming headset today because, well, my headset's actually broken. It's supposed to come in sometime by the end of the day. Now, as far as what's going on at the current moment, let me go and check my map. I sailed from, like, all the way down here, all the way up here. I did stop by the complex here to drop off resources, and then I sailed straight for the navigation relay that's going to kind of cover this whole area with one of those beacons. I haven't plugged it up yet, but I've already gotten, like, that cable up to that first platform there. I've got some of the cables, I just haven't climbed all the way up yet, because I know it's going to take me a little bit of time to get all the way up here, but I'm going to try. Let me go and blast this away. Alright, now let's climb on up. Yo! Into the water you go, boys. Into the water! I gotta go build more power cables. I don't have enough. Alright, now, let's go right here. We're going to build just the parts for just one of those, one of those. We're gonna build like 3 stacks of that. I also got one of these soil forge things that's supposed to like make food materials out of like bio waste. I've also expanded my diesel fuel supply up to I believe 18,000. I think it's like 18,000. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah, it's 18,002. I will eventually get rid of the petroleum because honestly, I don't really need that. I mean, if I do get rid of it, it'll probably be moved to like back here somewhere, maybe, or it might even be moved downstairs. I can put them like in this corner right here if I don't have anywhere to put them. Maybe. I don't know at the current moment where I'm supposed to really put them, but that's just kind of where what I'm doing at the current moment. And this kind of here, so I'm just now doing the power supply parts for the base, so I can build the battery and supply power supply panel for the base. Wait here and collect all the goodies out of it. It won't take long. I mean, it will take like a few minutes for me to craft all this stuff, but I won't have to build anything else for this area. I've also unlocked almost everything on the tree aside from the stuff that requires quest locations to actually get, which I will eventually find those locations. I have to to find those specific locations and figure out where they're supposed to be. I honestly do kind of want to find the abyss globe. I want to find that at some point. I'm just looting just a little bit more. I dropped off most of my bulk resources, so like I don't have much left right now. Most of it's been thrown back in at the main base. I mean, yeah, I have like all the specialty materials, but like all my massive supply of iron, copper, plastic, and all the basic materials back at the base. I have just like a stack or two left from stuff that I scrapped. And like I brought like a little bit with me just to have something to work with. Alright, there's that. That's the power supply built. Well, now that I have to build a power supply, I don't need this. I just got to get up here before dark time comes, or I won't be able to grammar. I won't be able to get any power if it gets dark time before I actually get to the roof to get the power system built. Which means I basically have to get upstairs and I have to battle my way through this place to the roof as quickly as possible. So I can find the power room and then run power cables to the roof. Sharky. Turn on the spotlight. Alright, just collect all the little stuff around while I'm working my way up. The power is probably up here. Alright, now I just have to find this. Now I just got to get to the roof so I can actually drain. Well, actually, I can't get to the roof because the access panel to the roof is in this door that's locked by a lack of power. There's also diesel up here. What? Is there? There's 100 diesel right there with the... That's the proximity sensor for this nesting thing. Is there something there? There's 600? Ooh, not bad. I'll definitely have to fix these if I can. Or I can try to transfer the fuel down. Maybe. Because that'll help me. That'll be able to put a little bit more power, a little bit more fuel in my boat. Alright, so it seems that I'm going to have to build the solar panels like right here. Well, I might be able to get up on that lip there. Actually, no, that's not going to be a good idea. Best thing I can do is attempt to build it right here. I'm gonna scrap all this in order to make a space for the other one. Then I'll put the single battery between the both of these. As soon as I finish scrapping everything here, then we'll be ready to move on. By the time I finish scrapping everything, there will be enough power in that battery to actually charge the base, charge the rest of the base. Come on, a little bit more and it'll be done. There's no power in the batteries, so the only thing I can do is just turn the power on for now. That way I can work on grinding. I'm going to start working on grinding all the stuff down here. That grinding back at that other base, that thing is awesome. I might end up actually just going back there to scrap everything and build a wall on where the recycler is in my boat. I might literally end up just building a wall for all my scrap there. A wall of boxes for all my scrap. Yeah, because I can literally carry hundreds of items back to that thing and literally just drop it all in there. It's all scrap so quickly. That thing is amazing. I'm talking about the big grinder thing back at the warehouse. That thing is amazing, bro. I don't know how fast I can scrap everything I need. What it is. I use that to scrap most of the stuff in the warehouse. I just, well, technically speaking, I did grind everything down first and then just kind of drop all the recycled trash into it. And it just kind of, it was like my character was just vomiting it out. I'm like, just throwing all the material in there, just grinding away at it as fast as humanly possible. It's like a super version of that freaking, the recycler you have on your boat. That's why I want to get rid of that thing, because that thing uses a lot of power. But I probably won't, because I'll probably just turn it off and then use the one back to the warehouse. I'll probably just build a wall of boxes. That way I can go through the amount of materials I want to, and I'll scrap it. If I run out of materials, I'll scrap it. Like, mainly because that one at the warehouse doesn't take nearly as much time as the one on my boat does. It scraps everything really, really fast. No matter what it is, I can literally just drop it in and be done with it. Alright, I'm gonna scrap this. Scrap this. This. Go down here, grab that, grab this. Grab all this stuff right here. We're basically just waiting for daybreak to come so I can start charging my battery a little bit. Yep. Just kind of waiting for the daybreak to come so I can charge my battery a little bit so I can actually turn the lights on. Until that rain does come around, I'm going to be working on scrapping what little bit of material I can get, which is basically just everything in this room right here. I'll take it back down to the boat, and I'll probably just grab the recycler that I had on my boat. Maybe I might just turn it off, I don't know. Because I won't always have time to run back to this warehouse and drop stuff off. I like seeing it burn through the scrapping material so quickly. you go downstairs and there's just a giant pile of trash. A massive pile of trash. It's just amazing. It's glorious watching it just like chew through all the trash like it's nothing. It's just so amazing that you don't even have to worry about powering it at all. It chews through the power whenever the drumming is done. I don't have to worry about it burning through my power because the thing, like, I got all those solar panels in my boat, so I really shouldn't be that worried about it. It's just like, it's so noisy on my boat when the thing's running that I can't really focus on anything because I can hear it grinding stuff. I'm like just waiting on it to finish so I can actually talk to y'all whenever I'm on my boat because I know that y'all can hear it grinding away and all that stuff in the background. No, I'm not just the fact that it's noisy. No, I'm just like, I'm watching the bigger version do it, okay? Leave me alone. I like watching the bigger version. It's amazing. It's awesome. Why is there a freaking... Somebody squirreled away some money over here, bro. There's literally just some money chilling over there. What's down here? Nothing? I'm gonna take this battery up here and I'm gonna actually squirrel it away in the main tower. There we go. We're starting our charge sequence. Charge sequence is up. Okay, inventory drop. Hiya! 0.9 watts. A little bit of power so I can actually turn the lights on now. Let's go. Time to turn the lights on. On with the lights so I can turn off my really bright spotlight system. And eventually I'll have to figure out how to get all this diesel downstairs. 25, 30. I'll probably just have to... Alright, the light is in the back corner being protected, so I'm gonna have to blast this thing away. Alright, well, we got a bunch of trash here. Let's go on upstairs and see what's going on upstairs. Alright, let's just walk around the edge of the room here. We'll pick up all this stuff we can. We got a few cables here. It's not much, but like, we got, what, 2 cables? Alright, let's just go outside with it and see if we can at least get it outside. Well, I mean, I do need to drain the. I do need to well, actually, no. I need to take that battery, this power cable, and slide it into that, so I don't have to actually recable it. Let me just grab this and put this in here, do this, and drain that. That'll start transferring all the power to the main relay, so that the relay will then charge. But now that the relay has actually been drained, we can actually deconstruct this. Well, I need power in order to get upstairs, so the door is open now, so I don't have to worry about there not being power to open the door. You just need to have power to actually open and close the door. With the door now stuck open with the cable right there, then I don't actually have to worry about that. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take any of the loose material that is in this room with me upstairs, so I don't have to pick up loose material. There we go, that's all that. Yeah. Whoa, what happened to this guy? Alright, let's just grab this cable. We'll simply just run it upstairs if at all possible. All I gotta do is hope I can get these batteries, this battery and power system built before I run out of power. So I can hopefully siphon some power off of this. I'll probably just let that cable fall because I need power more than these guys do. Put it on the very top of the tower. Sorry. Actually, I am actually going to take this one. Alright, I'm going to turn the light off so I can attempt to charge at least a little bit. I need at least, like, 2 to 3, like, at least 0.1 to 0.2 so I can actually make it to the edge over there. I don't have enough wattage to actually, well, I got just a little bit of power, barely enough. I have just enough to get back down by the time. Let me get onto my boat so I can actually siphon power and heal myself, since I'm so low on health because of the fact that I didn't have any power after dark. There we go. Now we just gotta heal. Save. Now, the only thing we gotta do now is just drop all this scrapped cargo off. We'll just drop it off down here in one of the boxes down here. We might even build more boxes just so we can harbor more material. I don't really want to wait on it to scrap all this, so I'm just putting all of it in here. Let's see, scrap. Alright, let's go up here. Do this, do that. Put this in here. No. Well, I guess I do have a little bit of space, but not much. I'm going to grab these fuel cables here, and I am going to then drop these two batteries off here. I need to drop this off as well. I don't know what this is, but I need to drop it off. I need to go right here, drop that off, then walk right back over here, drop these basic materials off here to loosen the amount of materials I still have available. I also need to, well, I mean, now that I didn't have that, I need to run a fuel cable. I don't have the cables I have left. I have 25 for me, so I have enough to get it up to the next access way. Then I'll have to go back down there and grab even more. I need to suck all the diesel out of those tanks up there so I can then break them and put those parts away. That's 53 cables right there. That should be more than enough to get this fuel system hooked up, these spare tanks up here plugged up, so I can then, well, the sun is technically still up, so I should be generating power right now. Even if it's only like a little, I still should be generating at least some power. Alright, now it does need to drain all the fuel out of here and drain it downstairs. There we go, we are transferring. I know there's not much in here, but this will give me a little bit of extra fuel to last. As soon as I'm finished, I'll simply scrap these tanks and take our materials downstairs, scrap that, and going to actually, while I'm waiting, I'm actually going to go upstairs and I'm going to move that solar panel to the other side, like I wanted to. There we go. Move it to each side so that the tower's not really in the way of the overall tower access. Alright, we have 0.7 there. That's enough to last at least a little while and to keep the power on. Now I just gotta repair the communication or the array at the top of the tower. I'm just gonna start scrapping the stuff in this room. Since I've already scrapped everything below this deck, I'm gonna start scrapping the rest of the materials because there's not much here to scrap. But every little bit helps. Mostly just small stuff, which is why it's not taking long. I still gotta scrap all the other smaller stuff. Then I gotta go downstairs once I actually get to the top of the tower. That's why I want to scrap everything I actually able to, so that when I get to the top of the tower, I have to go to the scrap materials and welcome. If there is anybody currently watching my video, welcome to my little stream. My little stream. Come here, Cable. Alright, let's just reel it back. Ow. Alright, turn the bright light spotlight on so I can keep myself safe from the nocturnal creatures. They don't much care for my really bright spotlight. I can literally just sit in the water while I'm working in the water. I can turn my bright spotlight on and they can't really stand it. They hate this thing. It's so bright that it really actually hurts their eyes. Which is good for me. It means I can actually work at nighttime without having to really worry about it too much. I'm gonna just start squirreling away the basic materials. Now that I've finished with the cables, I can actually put these and put that stuff away too. I know I need to get the main tower itself repaired. I don't know why I keep forgetting about this ladder. This ladder will allow me to skip past all the other stuff. All these little individual ladder steps. There we go. Now we run up these stairs, run this way, run through this door, go up these stairs, grab this. If I forgot this. I don't want to forget anything when I go up back up. I fully charged it. I just have to repair the main array. Which is why I'm trying to make sure I grab everything that's around. Grab everything. Must grab all. One of those nesting things must be on the roof still. I'll destroy the one. There must be another one up there I didn't see. Well, the solar panels only are going to work during the day. I don't use wind turbines on bases because if I place a wind turbine on a base, that means I'd have to come back regularly to repair it, which I don't come back to these bases. That's why I only use solar power. The solar panels don't really ever require repair unless something actually hits them, like blast them or try to intentionally sit there and try to break them. Like my new headset's gonna be delayed until tomorrow morning. Alright, let's just jump up and climb the tower. I need copper. it's on the roof. That's why I didn't see it. Alright, let's go down here. First things first. Gotta check for any bio-waste. Put that in there. Fill that, put the rest of the materials in there. We need to grab this, put that in there, that in there, and that in there, and then head back up, because I think it was just what little bit of material I still had, which wasn't much. I think that's all of them. Let's get on it. Ah, man. Whenever there's a really bright light, of course I'm going to try. I'm going to attempt to anyways. I forgot to charge while I was down, but I'm only going back up for one last thing, and that's just to repair the communication panel, which I can probably sap like just a little bit of power from the battery and not much. I just decided to go up the stairs since, well, reasons. Here we go. Communication panel's been repaired, so we can now go back downstairs, back down into the main area. We can flip the switch. Let's see. Okay, so if we put this into got maximum pressure, maximum battery, scrap power, let's put these 40 points into engineering so we can actually build stuff by hand faster. That sounds like a good idea. $35 points, sorry. Thought it was 40. It'll also help us with our building stuff whenever we're building stuff with a... There's more money there. United States survival dollar. I love the fact that it's literally called the survival dollar. There's some more scrap and trash back here. I mean, there's a ton of scrap trash back here. There's some good stuff back here too, like that broken angel. That broken angel is pretty good little pretty good little thing right there. Charging. Okay. There's literally a pallet, right? What's in here? If the little thing was in the material thing. I wonder if I can go around. Alright, well, I think that's everything for the location. Let's go on up here. We're going to squirrel the materials away, then we're going to save. I'm getting this other box ready for this. Alright, I think that's it. Wait, no, we need this one. And then I'll probably put the rest of the materials into this box. Alright, I'm gonna put that away. Put this in there. I'm gonna put all these notebooks and stuff away. High-tech scrap. Okay. No, it's just those nocturne things, the trash nocturnes like that. Those things are very heavy, so I don't much care for them, for putting them away. Alright. Nothing down there. What about... yeah. We got a whole bunch of stuff up here. What's that? Looks like a big hole. Maybe it's a service tower? Well, We'll try to do these 4 locations. I know the rest of it's going to take time because we need to go to Norfolk Grave in order to unlock this location because we need a code. From the first time I played this, we need a code or something, authorization from this location to access this location, since I've never actually been there, but I do know that that's, like, that is actually the seed vaults, like, that building right there. And so, yeah, we're gonna go to the helipad thing first, since it's closest. Then we'll go to the base back there. Then we'll go to this solar base right there. Then we'll go to the oil derrick tower and get that set up so we can start, pulling our own fuel. I wonder how efficient it is. Oh look, it's a laser shark. Excuse me, Mr. Shark, you're in the way. Let's see if we can actually get onto this location. 115. Okay, so this is indeed one of the locations I need. Up the really, really long ladder. Looks like they're very easily. It looks like they barricaded themselves in.
Good. We now have the lift assembly and cargo hook records. This was never a comfort craft. One operator, one small load, and just enough trust in the engine to try.
I mean, this literally is just what I mean, I keep this thing plugged in, literally. Okay, so I don't need actual solar panels here, I just that. Off the tower I go. Well, I got the cargo hook records and apparently the rotor system now, so that's something. Healy-doo, go! Saved and backed up. Now we got to charge. Gotta charge higher characters so we can actually pull power from this. Alright, now that's done. Now we can start climbing. We gotta start the really long climb back up the tower so we can finish scrapping this stuff up here and finish scrapping just a little bit of stuff up here and turn the power off since we're not gonna be coming here no more. I mean, unless we come here with a helicopter. Which I'd assume the helicopter is really fast, and I can also probably carry, like, something really small with it, like, basically just barely enough. I might be able to carry, like, a cargo box with it, like one of those small little porta-holds, maybe. I don't know what to use it, so I don't know what all I can carry or how much weight that thing can hold. Basically done. We're done with this area. We just gotta go and dump the scrap, and then we can move on to the next of the several locations listed. Stuff has weight with it. That's one scrap with that stuff. It has far too much weight with it. I can't store stuff like that if there's way too much of it. I can only store a very small amount of that stuff. The oil derrick will probably be one of the last places I hit in this area, given it takes a lot. That and these, like, this location, and this location will be the last few locations I hit. I do kind of want to hit up whatever that is, though. I'll probably go from here to here and then up to this area here, maybe. I mean, yeah, I did be able to go down there. I maxed out my pressure points. I just know operating underwater is a very dangerous thing. It takes a long time for me to clear everything out down there. telescope. It's one of the few square. You have now unlocked a new tool, the brass telescope. It's literally a telescope with a very narrow field of view, and it allows you to see really damn far. There's also another of those service towers over there in the distance. I might hit that up since it's not actually labeled.
This place. It looks familiar. I shouldn't remember them, but something in me does. Can we go there, please?
Yo! Oh look, it's the Mother Quest line! Woo!
I used to stand here, watching the horizon.
What did I need to do for this one?
I chose this place for her, so she'd know the world could still do something beautiful without being asked.
It's the Abyss Glow thing. Cool. No, I know. It's going to take at least a little bit of time for me to scrap everything here, because I'm working my way on the line, scrapping everything. As soon as it gets daylight, I will turn my big light on, so I'm not burning through nearly as much power, because this light, it burns through a lot of power. I'm honestly kind of considering the current going back to the normal headlights and not messing with the water very much. But then again, I really like having this really bright light. It allows me to see at night without having a really hard field of view. Oh, hold up. I gotta put my phone on charge since my charge is at 5%. 5%, folks. Large sniper round. Another 25 something odd rounds there. I gotta go to several different habitat nodes to actually complete that quest line. Which means I literally have to locate these habitat nodes. No, I'm gonna go down this side here, grabbing everything, and then I'm gonna go around the other side, and I'm gonna come back down the other side, going in all the containers. I just don't want to miss anything. This thing takes a lot of physical abuse, which is why I'm literally using it. Because the electrical damage on that thing is basically nothing. It's very well armored against electrical damage, but physical damage, it does a lot. It's like whacking constantly to you. Alright, let's just charge this baby up to full power. Let's just go down this long line of containers, grabbing anything and everything we can. One of these streams will be literally just going through the logbook, where all these logs are going, and reading all the logs just so I can catch up on all the lore, because that's a diesel container right to that. Anyways, catching up on all the log data, because I never actually went through the logbook and read all the log data, so I can actually understand the world and how it changed or whatever, how certain things happened in certain areas, or how certain things ended up abandoned, or whatever it really all fully covers. But I think it's supposed to basically cover almost everything. Alright, we're just gonna really quickly and rapidly scrap through all this stuff, then go up to the second floor of this place and continue driving stuff, because we're almost out of power, so we're gonna have to head back here very soon. So I'm trying to grab everything I can so I can jump back on here and keep grabbing stuff. There's that. Grab that. That. This. That. That. Whatever in these boxes. Well, at least you'll be able to know kind of where certain things are at. If you're having trouble with quest lines, you'll be able to follow along with my stream and figure out how to complete certain quest lines. Now, as far as the warehouse quest, look, I will explain it to you. In the control room, right, on the very far wall from the door you go in, there's a big shelf thing, like a big gray shelf thing. It has a handle on it. I did not see this when I first came in because it was dark. As soon as the power came on and I eventually was looking around for this thing, like, where is it? I saw the handle. I was like, there's a handle on that. I went over and grabbed it, pulled it open, and it was a hidden room behind the shelf. So there was a hidden room behind the shelf in the control room, which I did not know that until after the fact. Go. That's that scrapped. We're gonna go back this way and scrap everything on this side. Probably eventually literally just get the helicopter, and I'll literally just grab the helicopter on my boat, put some petrol fuel in it, and literally just fly. I'll fly all the way back to the freaking, to the warehouse to drop off all my salvage, because I'm going to recycle it that's on my boat and build a whole wall of boxes there for more salvage, just so because it takes too long, and that small one is really noisy. The bigger one is not noisy. What the hell? Somebody's messaging me. Who this? Yay. I am streaming it on my channel. Alright, sorry. I had to send a message. Okay, I need to jump on my boat. I need to charge. You little bastards! YouTube, always. Don't know how to Twitch on PC. Alright. I'm gonna turn off the monetization on the other streams. On all the other streams, I'm gonna turn off the monetization because honestly, I really don't care about that specifically because I know I'm not successful enough. I don't have any like big, like I don't have any like real subscribers that actually talk to me or actually comment on my content. I don't have any. I mean, I may have a few, like over 2,000 subs, but do they actually talk to me and comment on them, on my stuff? No, not really. Only like a few of them I've seen actually comment on my stuff, and even then, I think those people unsubscribed shortly thereafter because it wasn't, my content's more like raw footage. Like it's very little is actually edited on it because I'm not really that good at editing, so I only edit like the bare minimum of material, and usually it's only to cut something out because I just like it was unnecessary or I didn't need it in the stream. We're gonna put that in there, put this in here. Put that in there, this, all the bio waste. There we go. We're gonna run back in here and just do this. Put this rubber scrap in there because I mean do that, and put this away. Well, I'm streaming this, so I don't have a whole lot of time. Okay, I need to jump back on here. Ladder. Alright, turn this bright flashlight off because I don't need it right now. I had a feeling there might be something up here on top, so I decided to give it a little peek side, a little look. There's another one of those rolly ball things down there. I know I'm gonna have to fight that thing when I get down there. I'm just gonna hit the crap out of it up the butt of my gun, because apparently butting that thing is way easier than actually shooting it. I don't know, unless you want to carry around a sniper rifle to pop it from range, you can do that, but I find because I carry around this electrical rifle because it's easier with the, it has area damage, so it's easier with like those little nets. I can just try and jump and blast it, and it's like, bye! They're gone. I tried to, I'm gonna scrap everything on these locations, so once I finish scrapping all the locations, get all the collectibles I'm done with this location, then I don't have to come back to this location unless I just want to, I guess. There's a shark out there. Another talon shark. That is a normal talon shark. The fast ones, I believe, are the talon ship sharks, and then the other ones are like the dorsal model, which is the one with the laser on it. It is like a little heat, a little laser on it that burns you like heat, like raw heat damage. Oh, look at that. Hey there, Lazarus. I think that's how I say your name. Sorry about that. Well, I'm gonna finish scraping everything on this. Everything on this base, and then we're gonna move on to those places over there. I'm hoping to eventually find the last of the salvage blueprints I need for the gyro helicopter. I don't have enough points yet to get it, but like as soon as I get my next level up, I will. Wow. Crowbar attack. Alright, let's scrap both of these robots, and then we'll start scrapping stuff on this later. No, unless you carry on a sniper rifle, those things are not easy to kill. They are very well selected against electrical attacks, which is really the only attack I have. I have a pistol, but I don't use it very much because it doesn't really do that much as far as damage goes, and you have to do at least 300 damage. If you can do up to 300 pistol damage, it'll kill them. But like electrical damage, it's a lot more because they're heavily insulated against it. So it's like, I don't know, like 400 or 500 electrical damage, I think. I don't know. I've never actually been able to stick around and sit there and literally keep cranking shots at them constantly to see how much total electrical damage they can take. It's just best to grab everything you can scrap from every location so you can build up a good supply of all your scrap. Oh look, there's a guitar. Something for the logbook. Spotlight. Now we just gotta scrap all this. Hopefully before we run out of power, but if not, then I can just plug myself up to that battery that I just picked up and tap all the power out of it into my character. I know earlier I recycled a bunch of batteries, but I usually only use the big batteries, the large ones. They make me happy, but they provide a bigger, more power per battery than the other one. And the little ones they get heavy after a while. I mean, I had well over 100 of them, and I just salvaged them down because I just didn't really care to hold on to that big battery. I can't just sit there and individually click on each one. Thing is how there's a hold to use animation, and you have to sit there and just manually use one at a time. The small ones just aren't worth it because it takes each one. You have to sit there and click hold to use to input it in your power core, and then I'm guessing it ejects that battery after it's finished, and then it's like on. I guess I don't know. All right. Scrap all this. Wait, hopefully get this done before we run out of power. Hopefully we'll be able to scrap everything here before we run dry. know there's not much left, but there's enough here that it might end up making. Still looking for the courier skimmer thing. I'm still looking for that because I really want to know how fast that little thing is, or how effective it is on like actual water. Like I really want to know. Like I've never used it before, so I don't know how fast it actually can be or can get. Let's just drain the power out of this battery. It drained a little, it filled me up a little bit, but not much. That's why I don't use that thing light very much, because it puts your drainage ratio up from just a few kilowatts to kWA. So it's like between 4 and 6 kWA, which I don't even know the acronym for, so don't ask. I know the smaller one, just kW is just kilowatts, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Right now, we're getting watts right now. A few hundred watts, like 200, bounce between 229 and 230, and whenever we're moving, we're draining 0.7 kilowatts per second. Come back here. That little turd was trying to get away from me. I've upgraded my scrapping ability as much as physically possible. Like I've gotten my back. Fuck! Little freaking turd got me before I managed to kill him. I should have saved before I went back. Damn it! Damn. Man, I lost a ton of. I don't know how much dead. I think I saved him before I actually came back, but now I gotta go and drop all this stuff off again from earlier because, well. Alright, I guess we just have to do that again. Drop that. Put all that away. Put this in here. Put this in here. And that. And that. Those are the underwater runs, which is why I'm holding on to them, hopefully. I should have saved after I killed those ball things. I probably should have come back and saved some, but I did not. Me and my dumbass did not save. Need to collect all my loot, all my materials that I just salvaged. Food material, put the bio waste in here. I'm trying to save up as much bio waste as possible so I can eventually drain turn that off. Turn this off, and we're going to... Actually, I'm going to actually go down, and I'm going to grab my battery supply out of this box here. I've got like 16 of these things in here. I don't need my power cables right now. I don't really think I need my iron or copper supply. I'm really just, honestly, I'm mainly just doing salvage work right now. So, like, because there's not much up here that I need to add. Like, I don't, well, actually, I do need. Alright, I gotta make sure I back up data this time, because last time I forgot to back up data and it died due to those little freaking slime things that I couldn't kill fast enough. I could not kill them fast enough, and they managed to kill me. You know what, actually, screw this. Hold up. Give me just a second. We're going back to the boat. Give me just a little tickle. Hold up. Let me go back down here and grab something. I'm going to do something different this time. I said you could technically kill these with sniper rifles, but the fact is, the sniper rifle is very heavy, so I don't carry it around. To be honest, like, I might just put it in a box, like like build a really tiny box, just like right here, just to hold the sniper rifle. Yeah, the sharks don't much like all the noise on the sniper rifle. That's another reason I don't use this thing. It traps sharks. Because then again, you're also firing very close to 50 BMG. Up there's one. Alright, there's the other one. Let's go ahead and take this little guy out. He's not close enough for me to aggro, so I should be able to easily kill him. If I can actually aggro him down. While I'm down here, I'm gonna really quickly go down here real quick to the boxes. Build all the parts for this. Hopefully, I need to know if it'll actually build it, because I don't know. I don't think I need but a small box to hold the sniper rifle, hold the bullet, so I can just snipe stuff to the death. No, too far away. Too far away for the automatic crafting to go into play. Put that there, do this, put this here. That basically chews up the entirety of the supply. Alright, that's that charged, and then we can save now. Again. And the giant ball things are dead this time around, so we don't have to worry about those things being attacked. So that now. All we gotta do is go down here and scrap them, as well as killing all the little slimes that are up here, because, well, they're gonna, you know, everywhere, always. everything as quickly as they can. They don't have any type of fracture here that they can help the scrapper, so the only thing you can do is just run the scrapper. Or physically carry everything back by like one at a time, which that takes even longer. Whenever I first played the game, it took me a while to figure out the scrapper tool, because I didn't know that there was like an actual page. I didn't know about this equipment page at first. That's why I was having trouble figuring out where the grinder was, because it was basically carrying one thing at a time to the South Recycler back at the main depot, the sanctuary hangar where you start at. Yeah, I was basically carrying everything one at a time to the recycler. It was very inefficient, and I thought it was sad. I started looking at all the controls and stuff, trying to figure out where this grinder was. But it took me like 30 minutes to actually get to the point where I was tired enough to actually tired of doing it. But I actually tried to find this grinder. Sat there and just kept carrying stuff because my mom just let me, my OCD also won't let me stop if I'm working on something. It's like all this main OCD, which is horrible. A bad thought, but whenever you're playing games that like it are like killing it's like it won't let you stop. Especially the way I am. It won't let you stop cleaning or salvaging stuff. This is why I always try to, I only do it in real life. I can give two craps. Except for my room. I try to keep my room taped up. It's just not like spotless. It's taped up enough that I consider it cleaned up. This was the one with the thing. I must have already killed those slime things that were coming out of this thing. I think I already killed them. I know there's slimes in a container on the top floor. Everything on that side. No, wait. Just gonna grab this, turn that light off again. We don't need it. It's a really bright light. No, those big those big robots, I've even seen them fall into the water before. If you want to see a really nasty battle, go back to the, I think it was the stream before this. No, it was the last stream, the one before this. And it was like, whenever I pulled up to the warehouse the first time around, there was a whole bunch of bad guys just camping out right there at the very edge of the dock where I parked. Got out and I started trying to fight them, and then a freaking laser shark pulled up and it's like engaged a full drive-by mode and started firing at all the enemies right on the dock. It's like the shark and it's like the ones in the water and the ones on land are basically enemies. They hate each other, so it's like shark guy was just sitting there firing at all the vaporizing everything. It was so funny, but it was horrifying to me because I'm in the middle of that. I'm in between the two sides fighting. I'm like, I had to get my boys just haul ass. I had to get out of there. Let them sit there and duke it out. And there was a few explosions and stuff, and eventually they all died because the archangel and stuff and the big ball, the big laser ball thing died too. And there's a little for that one to die, but he eventually got killed. And it was really funny. I killed an archangel from range on the sniper rifle, but that one landed on the roof. I literally just scrapped this stuff. I wonder if this grenade will help. grenades. No, not really. Not a really I mean, obviously, if I got, like, was using, like, the really bigger ones, I probably would see a bigger difference, but would have to use the oxygen grenades anyways, because those are the only ones that don't destroy anything. Like, they might destroy some of this stuff, but it's like, it doesn't damage the heavy metal objects very much, because, well, they're made of metal. Like, I mean, look, this is only doing like just under the 2% worth of damage, and this is just me hitting it. I want to see if it actually pops out both pieces, because if it pops out both pieces, that means I can technically just break the things to get the stuff out faster, provided I actually had bigger grenades. Yeah, it only gives you half the scrap for all that. It only gives you half of the scrap. But if you're really looking for great stuff, you can start throwing grenades at it, but you're not going to get nearly as much out of it. And this is as fast as you can scrap, because like I said earlier, I've maxed out my scrapping ability, but like, it only lessens the time it takes by a little bit. It still takes a little bit of time to scrap the really heavy, great objects, like those big ball things, and the really high, the big stuff, like much bigger materials and whatnot. It still takes time to try to do that. Alright, we need to craft this and drop that. It's actually getting dark, so that means I need to hurry up. Yeah, because y'all know what happens after dark. Those little nighttime creatures start coming out, and it gets really a lot harder to get them anywhere that's not your boat. I mean, luckily this big light that I'm wearing actually, it keeps them away for the most part, but still. Where is that big ball of slimes at? I know they were up here. Did they not spawn this time? Boom! Was there anything left up here? Not really. The grenade basically vaporized everything, including the little robot. Yeah, little robot button. I could have probably just salvaged that robot for some materials. Probably, but I need to just, anytime I correct them, I just need to break them down because they're not worth it. The only way they could make them worth it is if they had a grenade launcher, but I highly doubt they would do that unless they pulled like some Humpty Dumpty type of stuff or magic power out of their developing focuses and just added a scrap-based grenade launcher. I mean, yeah, it's not like it's that hard, but like all the physics and stuff involved with something like that would not be easy. Oh, it would not. Look at that. There's a little button, a little bit of power up here, some other stuff up here. There's a little house up here with a little flag. It says Rhino. Rhino. I wonder if that's from the boat, the Rhino boat. scrap all this little stuff here. Anytime I see those ball things, I need to just take my sniper rifle and cap them from range. So I can just walk up and just scrap them and be done with it. It's mainly just whenever they're rolling around, it's kind of hard to hit them with the sniper rifle because they move around so quickly, it's kind of hard to get a lock on them. Unless they sit still for just a short time, especially get them, and then maybe they won't. So if they get hit, they have to sit still for a short time. So it's like they're partially aggro because they've been attacked. Give myself some more power so I can finish off all the scrapping here. Grab this, that, break this down. The world itself is actually fairly big now, very high detailed. They even have an oil derrick. But that right there, with the way I set it up, it took several hours up. I was actually there for over 5 hours, I think. Probably. 5 hours, and that was including all the scrapping, base clearing of all the enemies, and then building all the infrastructure I built just to get the base power for a long time while I was gone. Because all the equipment necessary to operate the oil there, it takes a lot of power. You have the distilleries to make the fuel from the oil. Then you have to have all that storage to, you know, hold all that oil so you don't run out of oil while you're, because the oil drilling system itself takes a lot of power. A lot. Trust me, I know this for a fact because I ran it. It drained my power out of the batteries I had because I had like 4 large solar panels. That wasn't even enough. I had to bump off another 6 large panels plus like upwards of 8 batteries just to keep the thing fed long enough for it to complete a full cycle, because it's like filling up several oil tanks basically. That's what I call a cycle, filling up several of the oil tanks. Because you got to break down all those things and then go down to your boat, scrap all of that material, and then build new material because it's like, Alright, now we just gotta close that and we gotta walk back down to the boat because we're basically done with this location, but we gotta actually walk all the way back down to the boat. We're draining quite a lot of power just to walk. No, the Hall Mastery doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does a little bit, but it's like, it doesn't make a big enough difference. There's a caution thing I'm going to break. That gives me a little bit of, like, a single piece of plastic. I honestly just want you to be there whenever I, like, vomit all of this material, all the salvage into the thing at the warehouse. Because it's like a super version of the recycler. They got, like, a super version of the recycler. It's just a big thing of gear, grinding gear. It's like the one in the recycler. It's just a big version of that with a plate over it that you have to hit a switch and it opens up the plate, and it's just a really big version. No, I did not fall into it, okay? I can promise you that I did not. I was like standing at the very edge looking at it for like 5 to 10 seconds. I'm like, that's dangerous. That's just a hole in the floor with a big bunch of grinding gears, bro. One wrong move and you fall in and just die instantly. Because that thing, I don't think it discriminates with whatever falls into it. I think it probably just grinds whatever falls into it, including yourself. Probably. I'm not willing to test that theory because I'm not stupid. Shark. Sharkiness. It's Shark Week because there's a cyborg freaking shark right there. And he's just like, sup, bro? I'm just chilling. Let me put all the salvage into the box. Alright, let's just put all the spare materials away since I don't need this stuff. No, I only keep the barest minimum of materials, which is usually just a partial stack of this, and then like all of my power cables on me. I keep most of my power cables on me at any one time. I just split the bullet, my pistol rounds down the middle. We're at 0.2% on our battery. We have just a little bit of power left, just enough to basically get us to this so we can actually sap power. Let's see, our batteries on our backpack still got a good bit of juice on it, so we're still technically good there. Drain all the power into our character, refuel our character power, and then we're gonna go. Okay, we don't need to heal, but we do need to save. Just in case. We need to save just in case. Alright. Onwards to the next of the locations. Wait, wasn't there a tower over here? I think I can see it in the distance right there. Yeah, see, it's on a track out this way. There's a few bases out here, but there's no, like, radar base out here to actually, like, scan this stuff. There's no radar base anywhere out here. And I highly doubt that gyrocopter has, like, floatable abilities. And if you crash out with no fuel in that thing, you are screwed big time. You are big time screwed. Major big time screwed. Base there, tower. There's only 3 locations out here. There's a really teeny, antsy little location right there. There's the tower and then that. We're heading for the tower first just to see if there's something over here, which I don't think there is. But I can at least mark it on my map, probably. It's only, it doesn't have any actual housing material on it, or like bases or anything, but it's something I can at the very least mark on my map, so I can come back and explore it later with the helicopter. Although I really should not be doing this because I know that this is going to drain a lot of power from my boat. And it technically isn't on my marked map places I actually wanted to explore today, but there's 3 locations out here I want to mark on my map. It's just not something I can actually mark on, like, click on, because it's not within, like, an area of effect of, like, a radar. I was like, I kind of wish that the boat itself had a radar, even if it was only, like half the size of this thing, one of these. Because these things are pretty big. The one around the Lazarus complex is probably the biggest, but there's one down here, and then there's whatever this thing is. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's something, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got today. These legends running strong and hard. That you can't use petrol on these engines. So you really can't use petrol at all, really. It's not like they have anything to help you collect diesel out here. This area is basically abandoned. Oh, look, there's some angels. Seriously, I'm going to stop very quickly. Oh, look, there's another one. Maybe I should get closer. I know they got one right here. Could I get the attention of that one, maybe? Is it close enough to get a hold of? I mean, each bullet is like 60 damage, but still, these are archangels, I'm pretty sure. So they take a lot more damage to kill. Alright, let's go and see if we can get that before it despawns, obviously. Well, I mean, it did land in the water, so I gotta try to find it. It probably landed somewhere around this landmine here, so I'm gonna have to probably break that or risk bumping into it, maybe. I'd rather not bumping this, if I don't mind. Alright, let's go and drop the sniper rifle off with all the bullets and stuff so we can loosen our lose our weight load, because our weight load is pretty high right now. There we go. Well, normally, if you get too close to the shark, they will get and they'll start coming around. Yeah. And the sharks normally in the water are powerful enough to literally basically one tap you, so you gotta be really careful. I don't really care whatever's on. Maybe I can get this without noticing. To the boat. I need to pull basically right next to that thing in order to really be able to make maximum use of that. I really need to find that shark. Well, you obviously can't shoot an electrical rifle in the water. I highly doubt I can actually fire this pistol in the water. We have attention. We must get out of the water before it attacks us. It can attack the boat. There's a ton of scrap here that's really good to bring with me, so I'm going to take right with this if I can. If I can. It's like the scrap thing. I'm like scrap all over. Well, I don't want to miss anything. What's that? Aluminum scrap. Necessary. Alright, let's go back up here. See what's in the net. Then we're going to turn it. We're gonna whip this boat around and start off right for that thing. And we're gonna head for that tower and take out all three of those archangels that are up there with our rifles. Well, I mean... Well, this is a lot of biomaterial. I'm gonna go and slot this all into the diesel machine over here to generate more diesels, because, well, I'm burning through a lot of diesel trying to get around out here where there's basically no fuel up, no refueling points, and I'm only going to generate a little bit of diesel just to keep myself afloat, keep myself going. I know that if I run out of diesel, I'm going to run the electrical engine, and the electrical engine only allows me to go like between 24 and 25 kilometers an hour. With the diesel engine, I'm going to go up to 44, so I'm going to go really quick, really fast and efficient, very, very quick. Nothing. Hey, assholes, get down here. Get down here. I told you to get down here. That doesn't mean you can ignore me. That does not mean you are allowed to sit there and continue ignoring me. I have been summoned. 1 second. What? What? Did he ring the doorbell? Was he just back and forthing? Jesus. The dogs in there, the little puppies in there skidding out constantly. He's in there just a freaking meow. Now, as I was saying, jackasses, you cannot sit there and ignore me. I will continue to pop you with my rifle. Don't think I won't. I have plenty of bullets to last a lifetime, and I have more materials to make more. There's number 2. Wow. I have 40 more bullets after this mag. There's also a shark there I want to kill. Sadly, it is getting dark, which means I won't be able to very easily get out there. But these Archangels have some very good materials on them, which I want. Because it's like they're like a slightly upgraded version of the other thing. And there goes number 3. Now, let me put this away. Put this away. Put this in there. Grab that, and let's come here. I have to like basically chase my own tail in order to actually be able to grab that cable. That there's those sharp things are not nearby enough if I can get like right up next to this thing. High-tech scrap in here as well as other stuff, which I want, so as well as some bioflesh, provided I can actually sit in the water and scrap this thing, since the only way to really scrap these things in the water is literally just to swim and float in the water and hope you can scrap it before it cancels out your scrapping ability. in the water. It keeps scrapping everything. Alright, where is that last one at? Did it go float away? I see it down there, but I don't know if I'll be able to go down far enough to actually reach it. I'm gonna try though. There should be some ground or something down here, because it seems to be sitting on something. Ah, yes. It is indeed sitting on something down here. It is sitting on whatever the anchor, the building there is sitting on. Wow, first use of the pressure diving ability. First use of it, man. Going down to get that scrap. Going down there to get that scrap, man. Trying to run away from me. How dare you? Is there something else down here? Walker, I'm gonna swim around this thing. Hope that shark don't come down here. I'm too far down to actually run away from it, because I can't. There is no swimming, okay? Swimming in this game is piss sad, okay? Because you're literally a metal robot with little baby metal feet, okay? You don't have really any, like, little boosters or anything that help you swim around in the water. They don't, they don't give you flippers. So the only thing you can really do is attempt to swim around and try your best to not die by, well, sharks. Or those little things. Alright, time to just attempt to surface so I can get back on my boat before those little buggers get me. Going to the surface. I'm going to the surface. I don't mind fighting those things because they give me a lot of material and whatnot, but still. There's still a limit on how much I'm willing to actually deal with. Let's see. We got medium. We got small. We got these common batteries, these big old bulk batteries, which we can technically use to charge ourselves if and when we want to. We'll put the spare battery cables in there. Turn off our really bright light, and we're going to get on the move because we're still technically charging our 537 liters across all tanks, which means there's probably around 5,000 liters, 4,860, 70, and climbing fast. But as soon as I get the motor running, we immediately start burning more than I'm able to actually make. Alright. Okay, let's go out to this base thing that's over here, and then we're gonna bring back around to that building that was in the distance back there. I don't see anything else out here, but this is like an abandoned building, basically. I can't get to the top of that thing now without a helicopter. The only way to really get to that is literally just fly to the top of it with a helicopter, so the gyrocopter. That's kind of the whole point. Even though I don't know why they have a gyrocopter tower out there with nothing on it except a little helipad. Like, there's no building or anything. So we're like, what are they going to pick up from that location? Landmine. Sea mines. Look out. Habitat note 38-98. volcanoes, if there is raw, like a lot of raw damage. This one's probably more damage than all the others. Charge them. Let's fire. I think we finally ran that one. Let's go on and scrap these robots and then we'll start scrapping the location here because this is one of those mystery locations that you can find on the map as well. It's outside of a scanner range, too. Let's see, did that other thing fall in the damn water? It probably did. There ain't no way in hell I'm getting it now. Because there's probably nothing down here for me to actually, for it to actually sit on. Oh, never mind. It actually is sitting on something down here. Oh god, there's those little buggers that are in the water. I didn't think there'd be anything down here. Let's turn on my diving light. Let's go on, let's swim on down and get this robot. Well, I mean, I am 71 meters down, which is, I can basically go to a maximum of 200 meters, I think, before I start taking damage, which is basically, that's my, like, max crush depth right now, for me. There's a base over here, like a structure thing. I wonder how they managed to build this. This thing looks pretty big. Did the robots have to, like, get down in the water in order to put this together? Did they have some really massive fabricator to be able to fabricate these massive building parts? Because I don't think they could fabricate this thing with just that basic old thing. Unless it was like a 3D printed structure, maybe. But even then, that's a little much for something like this. That's a little much, even for me. Something this big, Alright, now we gotta scrap this thing, and then we gotta start scrapping all the other little doodads. Turn the light off since we don't need it. No power, so I gotta find the power room. No lights on. Missing requirements. What does that mean? This is what I actually thought would be the big diesel container, the bigger one, the large one, like one like this. This is what I thought the bigger diesel container would look like, but honestly, I haven't seen any like indication that they're actually gonna make a bigger version of a diesel container. I mean, I feel like that might be, but like, why would you use more than what you already have? Unless you plan to store up like a ton of diesel on your boat just so you never run out. But then if you got bigger versions like that hold like 5 5,000 liters, I think, or maybe something like that. Probably 2,500 liters to 5,000 liters. I don't know. A lot. Like, I think each one of those smaller ones over there hold like 2,000 liters. So if the bigger one held like 5,000 liters, it would probably still be a lot. Let's just get started on scrapping all this, because this is going to take some time. Not a lot, but like, it's still a lot of scrapping to be done. Luckily, I'm not actually worrying about scrapping the material. I'm only collecting the material, because I still have plenty of material on my boat to actually build stuff and repair stuff. And I find regular materials just laying around sometimes. Let's see. This guy right here will grab. We'll run like just the bare minimum of power to this base. Whenever I leave here, I'll pull one of those little manual batteries in there. This is a really old base by the looks of it. Really old. Holy God. That was a literal metric ton of ammo. Somebody built up a military supply base here. Like, that was a whole crap load of ammo there. Oh. I mean, it was a lot of ammo. I didn't think that it would actually be that much. Like, why would somebody want this much ammo just laying around? That they're never gonna use, because, like, either rank or just build solar panels. Probably because they didn't use like an assembly here. That's probably why the robots ran out of power. Because without the boat driving around, without the boat driving around, there's not really any way for them to actually get supplies. Because the boat is the only thing that can, the boat captain would be the only one that can actually build stuff for people to be able to, like, have an assembler on board. Because I highly doubt they were allowed to have an assembler on their base. So I don't know, a full-on power grid that can support it. Or, like, they would probably do that because their power grid wouldn't have been enough to support something and they wouldn't have all the necessary materials to build anything with the materials they had available. Probably just enough to repair what was here. Scrap this, scrap that, scrap this. Pallets, basic scrap. Go around this side and see if there's anything over here somewhere. Nope, but there is a staircase here I still need to hit up, or a ladder. I'll probably go to I might as well go here. Already on this side. That'll give me a little bit of power that I can work with for the rest of the salvaging operation. I'm not really sure what these used to be. They might have been. These might have at one point or another been solar panels, maybe, or maybe they're just walls to hold back the rainstorm, maybe, and like wind barriers or something, so that the robots don't get weren't like blown over. This poor little guy had a battery pack on his back, plugged into himself so he could actually survive for a little bit longer. Reel in these cables. Not like I'm gonna come back here unless there's something out here for that one room right there, which I don't think there is, but I mean, you never know, there might be. Now, I need to whip my boat around and start driving towards one of those 3 points there, because there's nothing between us and there, as far as I know. I'll charge myself and I'll like squirrel this stuff away once I get my boat, once I get underway. There we go. Whip the boat around all the way around. Just drive in this general direction until we get to the other of these bases up there. Alright, let's just put away the materials. Let's go on and grab our rig. We're gonna fix our boat up and we're gonna start heading back since we've already explored the locations out here we wanted to explore. There's still one really tiny, teeny little location like right there, I think. I think it's like right here. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's just a little camping base, I think. I don't really think there's anything on it. I don't even think it's something that's actually marked down on the map. Let's go ahead. We're gonna grab speed and grab the cable out of there. We're gonna recharge both our batteries. character battery, that. Charge that. Heal. Back up our data. Alright, we're up to 2 hours and 31 minutes so far. That's a pretty reasonably decent stream, not too bad. Well, I'm gonna come back to the oil there will be like one whole stream because like it's a very big location and it takes a long time for me to build all the required parts to get like all the required parts to build and all the solar panels that are needed, batteries, and then you gotta run cables like the fuel cables and power cables all over the place, repair several different pieces around the base. Repair the power box and get the power running from like solar panels and batteries. Which obviously I'm going to need more materials to be able to do. But I also want to finish exploring the 4 locations I have, the 3 locations I have marked here. And I might even do more and just mark off the rest of the area, the buildings in this area once I finish with this location. So I'm going to go up here and explore these 3, and then I'm going to work down to these here, and then I'll probably go to Norfolk Grave in this location in the next stream, and then go back to the Lazarus complex to do those quests. Because there's a lot of scrap here that has to be gotten, and I've never actually been to that location. That's like the Prometheus complex, I think is what it's called. So I'm going to try to do all the scrapping and stuff I can find in this location, so in this area, so I can say like, hey, I've done it. Woo. I hate when this happens. I get flung off my boat and then try to swim back to my boat. Luckily, as soon as you fall off the boat, I understand that, hey, I lost my pilot. I lower the anchor. It immediately does so and immediately just stops running. Alrighty, so I need to go down here real quickly, find all the fuel cans, even though I only have like a few for diesel. I only have like 1 or 2 diesel cans, so actually I only have 1 diesel can down here, so I might actually have to run the electrical generator, just the electrical engine. I might have to literally turn the big generator off, the big diesel generator, just to... Let's go on and drain there, got a little bit of fuel out of here because, and then get it like siphoned away because. Well, I want to go ahead and drain the fuel out of these so that I can get those out of the way. There's not much leeway with the cable because I don't have much cable room. And seeing as how I'm almost out of fuel, I'm gonna have to turn the main the main generator off, the main diesel generator off, and just go full with nothing but the, because I don't have that much diesel power left. Fuck it, I'll just keep running the diesel generator until I run out of fuel. And then I'll have to hopefully be able to get back running the oil deck and then stream, seeing as how I literally don't want to have any more fuel. Even have the Fergo going to those locations because I don't have enough fuel here. I don't even think I have enough fuel to reach the Lazarus complex whenever I get around there. Alright, I'm going to say screw it. We're going to alter the course. We're going to turn towards the oil there, and we're going to do that now. Well, maybe not now, but the next stream, because I want to take a short break here. And I'll just do another stream for this. Why is there a ton of mines around that? There is a ton of mines around that line, that oil there. I can see them in the water. There is at least a few of those basic angels lying around. Station. We have now arrived at Black Vein Station. I'm going to go ahead and take out these landmines while I'm here before I actually load it. Guards, or at least this one first. I gotta take out this guard first because he's gonna be a pain in the oil to Tonkas, mainly because he's coming right for me. I don't really want to kill this one right now, but whatever, I'll kill it. I've taken out the guards, some of the landmines, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up like right next to this station. I'm gonna put it down to like 13% power, and I'm gonna just kind of, I'm gonna pull up long ways alongside that ladder right there, since that's the ladder I use for fueling, because I run a fuel cable from there all the way up the base and through the factory, because the way I have it set up allows me to, like the way I had it set up last time, which I'm probably gonna set up the same way. I just have to get my boat close enough that I can run the elevator. There's an elevator right there I can use for heavier cargo runs. I just gotta like pull it up like kind of like right alongside that elevator platform and then just jump in the water, and I can run a fuel line down that right there so I can back up whenever I'm gonna run a fuel line down this way. I'm gonna just get that set up like here we go. Second fire, run! Not that I wanted to have to kill him, it's just they literally attacked me. I didn't have any choice. I wanted to save those defenses, those guys for the next stream, but I didn't have really much of a choice. I kind of had to kill them because they were coming right at me since they're archangels. And I have a feeling that archangels are going to be basically the standard outside of the Lazarus complex, which I've already killed those. And I'm pretty sure those archangels are going to be basically the standard for every other base that's not, like, part of the storyline. Like this. I'm pretty sure I've already killed all the guards, but that doesn't mean anything, I guess. Oh, look, there's a shark right there. There's a ship shark right there, bro. He's just chilling around, running back and forth, bro. He's not happy, man. Mr. Shark is not happy. Bro, that shark literally almost got on top of my boat, man. That literally almost got on my boat. It would have been funny, but also horrifying. Where is he gonna come from? Right there? I got 300 bullets, man. I'm not scared of this shark. I got plenty of bullets. I'm not really a fan of the really tiny mags. I kind of wish they had a drum mag for this. I would have already been done, unlocked that, been done, added that to my gun. Because you still have to reload manually. It doesn't really make a difference. This shark was just kind of around, okay? This is gonna mess with me whenever it's gonna mess with me whenever I have to jump in the water to actually get the other stuff set up. So I'm gonna go get rid of all the shark-based defenses because there's this shark just kind of chilling around here. That's for me and my business while I'm here. Yeah, it's just kind of bad for me and my business while I'm here. It's kind of bad. It's not exactly good. It's really bad, man. Like, horrible. All right, we're gonna put that in there. We're gonna put ethanol. Put that in there. All right, now that we have that, we can probably unlock some of this stuff, maybe. I guess we can get the super booster, but I'll probably end up saving my points for the other, like, where I can get, like, the gyrocopter, this, if I ever manage to get the quest line for that. Let's go and invest this into the HP. We'll bump myself up to 65, so we're up to 165 HP instead of just 40. Specialized resource container. Describe pressurized CO2 units designed for conversion workflows. When supplied with electrical input, it activates internal processing and outputs carbon fiber. Bro, carbon fiber? Oh, hell yeah. I'm getting that. I want that like right freaking now. Maybe. I don't know. It really depends. How big is this thing? It's pretty damn big, not gonna lie. I don't know. Will I have enough materials to actually make one of these? I might have to build that later since that's like it's gotta have some like specialized parts on it or something. I'm gonna leave it there, but like I'm gonna wait a little bit for me to build that until I get this base set up because like there's a lot of stuff up there that I want to like. There's already diesel containers up there that already have diesel in them. I just need to transfer the fuel down. So, but anyways, we're going to go ahead and save so I can make sure that stays right where I have it. I don't want to have to place it again. And we're going to go ahead and end this stream here because I want to go get something to eat. And I will start the next stream up and we'll start on our successful, claiming of the Black Vein Station as a secondary main base. Where it won't store like any resources here, but we will store like a crap load of like actual like fuel here, and we'll probably move the petroleum fuel tanks further down the way, probably closer to the back of the boat, maybe. But then again, I don't know. It really just kind of depends. I'll have to make a decision on that. Anyways, if you like this stream of The Last CareTaker, please do leave a like, and I'll see you again in the next one. Do make sure you catch my next stream because we will be going to the Black Vein Station and starting our clearing and scrapping and construction of all the whatnot in the station needed to actually make it a fully functional base in the next stream. So make sure you stick around for that.